Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name's Chris and it's fantastic to have you back with us for another video. And in today's video we're going to have a look at XRP, we're going to have a look at the Ripple SEC lawsuit. Huge news, lots of really interesting stuff that's happening that I've just got to cover. And I haven't done a video on Ripple or XRP in such a long time. It has kind of been farcical and I haven't really been able to bring myself to cover it, but there are some really important updates that you need to know about. So this is why I'm putting the video together today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you do, then mash up that like button. It really does support the channel, helps push out the content to like-minded individuals, and we really do appreciate it. Let's see if we can get to 1,000 likes on this video. Please share it. Let's make sure everybody is aware of what is actually going on. And if you haven't already, subscribe, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video. Right, let's get down to the desktop. So we're going to start on coin market cap. Now I wanted to have a look at XRP, ranked 7th by market cap, has recently been leapfrogged by Cardano. And I look at this and I kind of feel that, yeah, the market's pulled back, but I don't think we would have seen this level of pullback perhaps for XRP if it hadn't have been for the SEC and their lawsuit against Ripple, right? So we're currently at 0.3989, down 4.81% at the time of recording. And the total market cap for all crypto is at 1.24 trillion, down 4.83%. So you could say, you know, XRP has sort of fallen back in line with the market. However, you know, I do think that it wouldn't have been the case if we had, you know, had the utility and everything that was happening that was really positive for XRP and Ripple. If it wasn't for the SEC, I think they've really impacted retail investors quite negatively. So let's get into, I guess, the XRP news today, right, and what's really coming up. And I think the first thing that I want to talk about, and this is a real eye-opener, and I think this is fantastic if it happens. I am surprised to be reading it, but Ripple lawsuit, after the victory comes the IPO. So this is basically Ripple Labs saying that they will go public once the Ripple case or lawsuit concludes. So this is fantastic. And what does it really mean for investors? I'm not going to go through the whole article, but in a nutshell, it means that we have different ways to invest in, I guess, a crypto blockchain company, right? As in Ripple. So you'll be able to buy shares, another way to invest in, you know, the protocol. And I think that's fantastic. And I'm really eager to see how that sort of comes to fruition. But there is one thing in this article that isn't aligned to my thought process, and I am really interested to get your views and opinions in the comments below to see, you know, whether, you know, what are your thoughts, and are you aligned more to the article, or are you more aligned to my thought process? So what I'll do is I'll cover what they've put in here. Basically is that they can't they don't expect the lawsuit to have a settlement anytime soon. I guess the question is when this thing will finally end. The SEC lawsuit has been going on for over a year and a half. The SEC is showing no signs of backing down, given the two sides' unwillingness to compromise. It looks like the settlement isn't happening anytime soon, and investors need to be prepared for the possibility that it goes all the way to trial. If that's the case, then we'll probably conclude somewhere between November 2022 and 2023. This is an approximate timeline given by, you know, a few experts in the space. Ultimately, why are we not getting a settlement? Well, it's because I believe the SEC are looking for like a really large settlement. Can't remember the figure, maybe like 1.5 billion or something silly. And Ripple aren't willing to pay that, and I think because of that, you know, you're not getting the settlement is basically what this article is saying. Now, for me, I look at this slightly differently. Now, I think there will be a settlement, and the reason why I think there will be a settlement is it doesn't look good for the SEC at the moment. And if Ripple win, there is a potential for the SEC to lose their grip over the cryptocurrency and blockchain sector in a way, right? And I think a lot of crypto or blockchain companies have just settled with the SEC because they don't have, I guess, the means to fight the case like Ripple have. And Ripple have an opportunity to set a precedent here and really sort of make it very difficult for the SEC to do or conduct their business as they have been. And I don't think the SEC can have that happen. So for me, I do believe that there will be a settlement and there will be a compromise. And ultimately, with all of that comes clarity. And that's pretty much why I kind of feel Ripple are prolonging going through and fighting this as hard as they are, because if they win, it's great for crypto and clarity. If they lose, it might not be so good, but they still get the clarity. So ultimately, for me, a settlement is something that I expect to happen. But there is some really interesting developments. And Crypto Wolf has sent me this on Twitter. The SEC veterans are quitting the SEC under the 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗔𝗠𝗠𝗘 leadership. And this is really interesting. Again, I'm not going to read through the whole article. I will link it in our Discord, so do jump in there if this is of interest. It's a very, very good read. But basically, in a nutshell, there's 50 years worth of experience leaving the SEC under 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪's leadership. And I guess the question that I raise is, why is this? Because this is way above the averages that we've seen for the SEC over a long period of time, which would indicate that there are some real big problems within the SEC, potentially, around corruption. And this might be why people are leaving now and getting out. And it's one of those, either they're fed up of seeing the corruption or they're part of the corruption and they're leaving, and there's changes happening. So it's an interesting one. I'd like to get your views and opinions, so do let me know in the comments below, and I will link this in our Discord, so do check it out. The other thing that I want to sort of talk about is the really big news, and that is that the court sets 7th of June conference for attorney-client privilege claims. This is where the SEC have basically said that they don't want to give over any of the Hinman documents and that they're protected by attorney-client privilege. And this basically is, I guess, surrounding the argument of whether Hinman's speech was, his own words, I guess, or whether this was something that was actually produced by the SEC. And Ripple are really fighting to get this information, and the SEC are having none of it, right? And we're at that point now where the court are going to decide whether, this information can be shared or not, right? And additionally, the Ripple team have stated that the contents within the document did not constitute information that is or would be considered confidential information that an attorney shares with a client. Therefore, on the 7th of June date that was just announced, this debate will hopefully be settled once and for all, which will largely determine the potential timeline for the remainder of this lawsuit. And what does that really mean? It basically means that if the judge agrees that this can be shared, this could be very, very beneficial for Ripple and the XRP case, and ultimately, the SEC could be forced into a settlement situation, in my opinion. So yeah, it's interesting. Again, this is a document that I will drop into our Discord, for you to go have a read at your leisure. Now, Discord is free to join. The link is in the description. It's not that it's like going to cost you anything. It's free, and we regularly chat with our community in there. We have chat rooms. We have people talking about crypto 24/7, multiple different chains. It's a fantastic community and a great place to engage with like-minded individuals and ourselves, have some more meaningful conversations with us. We'd love to see you there. And don't forget, we've also got our Patreon service, which is a membership service. We do 2 weekly AMAs where you can ask us anything. I do a write-up pretty much every day on different projects and different chains. Hidden gems, lots of opportunities. We partner with a VC firm, which means we can now offer opportunities into private sales and all this wonderful juicy stuff. So do check it out if that is of interest. Again, link is in the description. Now, ultimately, this SEC case has been going on an awful long time. It has been laughable at points. I feel that the SEC are being pushed into a corner. I think they will have no choice but to settle to save face. This is something that I've always said non-stop throughout this whole fiasco, and ultimately I do expect it to come to fruition. It doesn't necessarily mean it will, doesn't mean that I'm right, and I'm really intrigued to get your views and opinions, so do let me know in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed today's video and it was helpful in some way. If it was, mash up that like button. It really does support the channel. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell selecting all the notifications so I never miss a video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.